Hey guys, how's it going? It's Mo Beast from Mo B Mystery Kitchen. The mystery is in the making. On today's menu, we have stuffed tenderloin, pork chops, stuffed with dirty rice. We also have a green bean that's off the chain with garlic and a butter sauce, and we also have garlic mashed potatoes topped with brown gravy. Check me out. Okay, now we're going to start with the potatoes. We're using the sea salt. We put sea salt in the water. Bring that to a boil. Bring that to a boil. And then we're also going to start with the ground beef. We're going to season our ground beef. We start off with a little olive oil. A little olive oil. I have it in my special bottle. A little olive oil. And then we add the ground beef to it. It's about a pound or 2 pounds of ground beef because I like mine medium. I'm a big fella, so I like it medium. So we're going to start with the ground beef. We're waiting on our water to come to a boil for the potatoes. We actually can add them now. We just need them to get soft. So with the ground beef, we added the olive oil. We hit the ground beef with a little sea salt. We also hit the ground beef with a little Monterey steak seasoning. That's my secret. Please don't take it. And then we also add a little accent to it. I love using accent. It has great flavor. It brings out the flavor of the ground beef, especially when you're making dirty rice. And we're also going to add some garlic powder, granulated garlic powder. You hear the pot sizzling, so that means that it's cooking. You have to make sure you keep stirring so it won't stick to the bottom. Turn your fire down to a little bit under high, so it's medium high. And we let that work. And then we're going to add our potatoes to the other water. We have already cut up our potatoes. I can tell you a little secret. To keep the potatoes from turning brown, you can add a little lemon juice. So we're going to add all these potatoes. Let them get soft so that we can mash them and add a little garlic to them. Garlic and Italian seasoning. That's going to be our garlic and herb potatoes. And we also like to put a little garlic in the water. So we're going to put, that looks about 2 tablespoons. I measure by eye. Put that in the water with it. And we also put a little garlic in the ground beef. Garlic is good for your blood pressure, good for everything. I love using it in a little bit of everything I use it with. And then we also going to add a couple of strings of bell peppers. This is good. This is the best seasoning you can ever have. It's natural. It's from the earth. It's great. It's great to use on everything, and it adds color to it. So we stir that up and let that get ready. And in a second, we're going to show you how to make this dirty rice. We have already browned the ground beef. Now we're going to add our 3 quarts of water. I don't drain it because I like the flavors that cooked into it. And then we're going to add our bag of Zatarain's. I love Zatarain's dirty rice. It makes perfect dirty rice. And we're going to bring that to a boil. And then we're going to reduce the heat to medium low. And after that, it ought to be done, and we'll be ready to stuff our pork tenderloin. Okay, now we're going to stuff the pork chops with the dirty rice mixture. It's my favorite part of the meal. You get it, you lay the fat side back down. Take your spoon, scoop out a healthy portion of dirty rice, and then you make sure it's stuffed in there, and you flip that bad boy. Now we're ready for the grill. In the bottom of our pan, we're going to lace it with Worcestershire sauce. We lace it with a nice layer of Worcestershire sauce, a little sea salt, just a little sea salt, and a little black pepper, cracked black pepper. And then there goes our bell peppers that we cut up, all different colors. We lay it. We make it a bed of bell peppers. That's a bed of bell peppers. That's what we're going to lay our grilled pork chops on, and we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees. So after they get off the grill, we will put them into the oven and finish them off and make sure that the internal temperature is right. So now we move to the grill. We're going to bring our pork chops over here. And we're going to spray our griddle with non-stick spray. I just like to use this because it gives the chops grill marks. Yeah, you can't get it too close to the fire, but hey, I deal with fires every day. And as it's heating up, you can tell by the way that the bubbles are disappearing that it's ready to go. So we're going to lay our first chop on that. You hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear. So we're going to lay enough to coat the griddle, but not overcrowded. So we're going to grill those on one side for at least 3 to 4 minutes and let it get those grill marks that you're waiting on. And as we flip it over, we're going to add it to this and we're going to finish it in the oven. You can check by lifting on one side. To see if it's right to turn. Grill marks aren't quite there yet. I think it's going to take another couple of minutes. So now we're going to flip it over. You see those grill marks? That's what you're looking for. You might want them a little darker, you might want them a little lighter, but that is what you're looking for. Exactly. And the seasoning on the top, that means a lot of taste that goes into it. And the fat on the back, that's going to bring even a little bit of extra flavor. It's going to be awesome. I guarantee it. After it grills on that side, we're going to take it right to the pan, put it in the pan, and put the rest on the grill and go. And we're going to let that sit in the oven for at least 25 to 30 minutes, or whenever the internal temperature hits 155, it'll be well done. We're just locking in the flavors with the searing. We sear to lock in the flavors. The seasoning that you put on the top, if you sear it, it locks it in, because it's at such of a tremendous heat that all the seasoning is locked into the meat. And when you transfer it to the other seasoning that I have over here, that's a liquid seasoning, and that's just going to flow throughout your pork. It's going to make it moist. You won't have not a dry piece in your mouth. So we put them on top of the bed of bell peppers. That adds extra flavor to it because it's going to smoke its way up through the pork. And into the meat. Now I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple butter compote. See, we started with this Fiesta spread. It's a butter spread that we use. And then we put garlic and water. It's already minced up for you. So you add 2 tablespoons of that. You mix that around. See that? And then you just add a little bit of large garlic. Just a little, just a tad to give it the season. This is for the green beans. This is where we're going to put the green beans in and saute them after we blanch them. And then we also going to add a little Italian seasoning. That's the real key ingredient to it, the Italian seasoning. We add a nice little bit of Italian seasoning. I say 4 to 5 pinches, as my grandma would like to say. And after that, we add a little cracked black pepper. That gives it a great consistency and a little spicy crunch to it. And then we're going to stir that up to where we won't have to put the garlic and the butter all together. We already have it together. It looks like it's missing a little bit of garlic, so we're going to take just a little bit more garlic, pour it in there with the juice to make it more flavorful. And that's the butter compote right there. You see? See how it turned out? And you're gonna saute that with the green beans. Now we have steamed the green beans already. Take those out. Put them into a separate bowl. And you tell by this steam, by the light green that they get. And it brings a little softness to it. So we have those out. We heat up our frying pan, non-stick, and we put our butter compote in it with the Italian seasoning and the garlic and things that you've seen me make before. Put a little black pepper on, cracked black pepper on top of our butter. I always use a little large seasoning salt. It's pretty good seasoning, I enjoy it. We put that right on top of the green beans that are already steamed. Remember that the butter compote already has salt and already has Italian seasoning and things like that. So we're going to use my favorite seasoning that I love is natural seasoning. It goes great on every vegetable that you can ever think of or imagine. You make sure that butter melts all the way through. As a matter of fact, I think I will add a little bacon bits. It adds a little extra flavor. Adds bacon. Add that to it. Then you're going to add your green beans. After you add your green beans, you're going to have to toss it. But you still have to let your butter melt a little bit. So you shake it around and move it around like that. Shake it and move it. Then we're going to add a little parsley to it. It gives it a better color, a little flavor. You flip that around 3 or 4 times. You add your parsley. It's something like a garnish. Makes it look great, even though it's green. Flip that inside the butter and all the seasoning that you put in it. You don't want to overcook the green beans because they will become soft. We want them still al dente. They have to be al dente. So we let them set for a little bit. We're going to flip it around 2 more times, and then we're going to let it sit for 3 to 4 minutes at a yield. Hold it on top. Bam, there you go, fresh green beans. The best green beans you ever tasted. Okay, now we're going to strain the potatoes that we boiled for the loaded mashed potatoes. You strain those. It still has a little skin on them. Put those into a bowl. You can use a knife or a fork to make sure they're done. Look, it goes straight through. They're ready. And now we're going to add the things to make it loaded mashed potatoes. We add a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. I let her use it on everything, just a little. We add a tad bit of bacon bits. Bacon bits. We add some chives. We add a little sea salt. We add a little cracked black pepper. They look delicious already though. After that, you remember the compo we make it, the butter compo with all the Italian seasoning and all that. We add that in there. Nice healthy scoops. Then we're going to add a little milk, whole milk. And then we're going to add a little garlic to top it off with. A little garlic and water, just a little. That's garlic loaded mashed potatoes. They're great. And we're also going to top that with some cheese. Fancy shredded cheddar jack. I either use a fork, but I like to use a whisk if they're very soft. Just press it in. Press it down. Make sure they're nice and creamy. Not too creamy, but just a little. And then we top that with a little more cheese. And there we go. Voila. Magic. Loaded mashed potatoes. Garlic loaded mashed potatoes. Now that's how you make a whole tenderloin and the stuffed pork chops. Now make sure you tune in next week and subscribe to our station. Peace out.